Welcome with me, Shahrukh Khan, Salman Khan, and Amir Khan. Come on, louder for everyone. I don't know what side they're coming on from. There we go. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Hi. Is everybody else joining you?
Come on, Sharukh.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you. And last but not least, Amir.
Amir Khan in the house.
Amir Khan, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much for being here today. Please have a seat. Wow, guys, did you see how the energy shifted in the room the second you're all here together?
It's all because of you.
I mean, no, I don't think so. Nobody was clapping when I was here. I'm kind of jealous. What? It's amazing to have you here today. Thank you so much for joining us. And my understanding is you haven't been together on a panel in the past 10 years?
Yes,
Or
the last
not?
time we shared the stage was at Raja Sharma's place.
That's right, yeah. Where you all forced me to dance.
That's so nice. So I wanted to ask you, how does it feel to be together today? And I wanted to ask you another question, and I know each one of you is going to have a different answer, which is so interesting. Whenever we're talking to fellow actors, we're always, what's that it factor that makes someone, the second you look at them, know like, oh, these guys are going to make it. They're going to be stars. They're going to be universes. They're going to be bigger than life. So I'm so interested to know on a personal level, what is it that makes, what's the it factor?
Sharukh will answer this.
You can all answer
Amir
this.
will answer this.
Do
Now,
you
to be
want me to
honest,
answer this?
Anybody who ever says, and this would be my experience, this would be Salman's and Amir's,
Yeah.
and most of the actors who've worked for many, many years, that there is nothing like an it factor. If somebody ever tells you that, that is absolutely redundant and not true. You don't know what the it factor is. The it factor has got to do with the audience, how they take on to your persona, how you look, how you talk, how you walk. None of that resonates. It's just something else about a person that an audience starts liking in large numbers. If you were to honestly ask Amir right now, he'll tell you, I don't know why I'm a star. If you ask me, I'll tell you, I don't know why I'm a star.
Yeah.
I know.
Salman is the only one who'll know. Nobody else will know.
I know because
Yeah. So Allah,
if he
Allah
wants to
meherban,
make you
yeah.
a star,
that's
God has
nice.
been kind, yes.
So this is the thing, because I see a lot of actors, and you know, you've been here for a very long time, and you've seen changes, and everything has adapted, and new mediums have happen. And how do you not lose that sparkle or joy of going every day to work? What is it that
See,
makes
because,
you?
um,
Yeah.
none of us call ourselves stars. We don't believe in that. It is some journalists, they add these things, Salman Khan, star, Shahrukh Khan, superstar, Amir Khan, super duper star. We don't believe this at all. We still, at home, are just like everyone else. I still get yelled by my father, my mother, still get told by my sisters, my brothers. So we're just normal human beings, and it's just that there's so many people who we work with. They are the people who portray average, mediocre people like us in, not them, me, to look like a god on screen. So the credit is not us. It is your DOP, your director, your writer. And then the people, the fans, go and see Shah Rukh Khan, Amir Khan, Salman Khan, Akshay Kumar, Ajay Devgan, Sanjay Dutt, you know, on screen, and they like what they see on screen.
So to what do you attribute the success that you have? Is it like a group work, like you're saying right now?
It's success is what, Friday?
The success of even
Failure
Bollywood
is
cinemas,
Friday.
your story is going on such a global platform in general.
See, our film's released on a Friday. And the film is a big hit, does well, we're happy. We come to a stage that the film is not so good, doesn't do well. Some competitors are very happy.
So with everything that's modern, like all the things that are changing, how do you adapt a little bit your craft with the changing times to appeal to the new generation, but at the same time, still appeal to the generation that has followed you from the start?
I think at the end of it all, it's all about, the content, the
Yeah.
emotional content that we have in our storytelling. Amir is an extremely organized perfectionist, as they call him.
No.
He
I'm not
works
organized at all.
Okay, he's not organized, but he works very hard trying to tell a story. Salman has his freewheeling way to come and work because it comes from the heart. I try to amalgamate both of these. But at the end, I think the core value that the three of us and all the other stars Salman mentioned and lots
Yeah.
of other stars who will come along the way, I think there's an emotional connect that our films have. Maybe it's our culture, maybe it's the fact that we all belong to, in India at least, and I think that's why more so in Saudi also, there's a familial connect. Somewhere, whatever the story, if I'm playing a bad guy, a good guy, a happy guy, a poor guy, a rich guy, whatever character we are playing, I think somewhere the culture part of it and the emotional connect transcends boundaries of languages, platforms, as you mentioned, whether it's on a telephone or an iPad or on OTT. I think it's the storytelling, emotional connect that binds every actor, not just the three of us. We've been very fortunate, like Salman mentioned. God has been too kind to us. We just get up in the morning and do our work as simply as he said, being lambasted by our families at home for doing right and wrong, but we just get up in the morning and go back to work. But I think it's the emotional connect that somehow, because of hundreds of people who work with us, have been able to portray us, and we've been able to tell these familial, emotionally, culturally common stories for the rest of the world, in spite of the language that we speak.
So what do you think makes it appealing for such a global scale? Is it just the emotional part, or could it be the addition of music, the image, the photo? I mean, I remember when I was starting to acting and everybody was like, okay, you need to go to Bollywood, not Hollywood. And I remember I had a period where I started
You
watching.
should have come, you'd have made it.
Should have. Actually, I used to live, oh really? Thank you.
I mean,
It's not
Jackie
never
can
too
do it,
late.
and Katrina can do it. And yeah, but it requires a lot of hard work. And first, it requires you to speak the language. If I want to do an Arabic film,
Yeah.
I will have to learn the language.
That's interesting. Wow. But I was thinking, and do you believe you have to take a lot of risks in this industry? Because I feel like all of you you're also wearing producer hats on, not just actors. So for me, I always wondered, is there any limitations to just being actors? Or is there a reason why you wanted to produce? Amir, do you want to answer? Or
Sorry, what is your question?
becoming a producer, because
Let me go back earlier to your earlier question of how, what is a star? Like
Yes,
Shahrukh
yes.
said, I think it's impossible to pinpoint. Perhaps, I think all three of us were very fortunate that we were born in India. Born in a country where we could be part of Hindi cinema. Had we been born somewhere else, we wouldn't have been here. So I think...
No, if you're born in Hollywood, those guys would have not been there.
Well, so I'm saying it's a lot of... It's the opportunities, it's where you are at what time, fate, whether you call it fate or whatever, destiny, where you are at that time. Of course, everyone is hardworking. All of us work hard, and a lot of people who want to come into any field work very hard. But it's also a lot of, are you at the right place at the right time? Many things work in your favor, which are not in our control. Many things are not in our control. So it's a mix of all of that, I guess. Yeah.
See, Amir comes from a film background, so do I. This man here didn't. He didn't. He came from Delhi.
May I interject,
struggled.
Salman? Sorry. I also come from a film family. Salman's family is my family. So I'm also like that.
Oh, that's so
Amir's family
sweet.
is my family. So,
So now we know why Shahrukh is a star.
well, that's why I'm a star.
That's so nice to see this relationship between you guys. How do you feel in general?
That's only on stage.
You should see us backstage what we
See
do.
us backstage.
Right after this.
Well, how's your relationship with stardom in general and everything that happens? I know sometimes stardom can consume people and sometimes it can feed you. I mean, we're all humans here, right? Sometimes we want to have bad days, and now you feel like with you appealing to so many audiences and having this much presence on social media, how do you feel it impacts you on a mental level? Does it feed your soul, or can it get overwhelming sometimes?
Well, it is challenging. I think it is challenging. Being in the public eye all the time is challenging. I think amongst the three of us, I'm probably the most reluctant star. Nahi, Shah?
No, you always wanted to be a star more than both of us.
Yeah,
No.
because he was the firstborn star.
I like to be in corners. I don't like the limelight on me. I'm not comfortable with that.
Are you an introvert?
I'm more of an introvert, yeah. So I am uncomfortable in many ways. But all of us deal with it in our own way, I guess.
No, I think, I don't want to take away the import of social media, but I do believe that when it comes to social media, and especially being in the limelight or in the glare of public all the time, which any public figure has, not only in films, otherwise also.
Yeah.
Today, just have to have blinkers on. You have to believe cinema, story writing, storytelling, creative work is the beginning germ is belief. So if you have belief in this is what I'm doing, and inshallah, this will turn out to be well, hopefully, this will turn out to be well, what others say does not matter. So you have to have blinkers on. You just have to say there's going to be a lot of noise, too much noise all around you. Oh, he should dress up like this, he should sit like this, his film should have been like this. I think every morning, if we were to look at social media, people tell us what next film to do also. Who we should star with in the film, who the director should be. But you have to believe in a simple basic idea of storytelling and just start your day with that, end your day with that, end your year with that, and I think you should end your whole career like that. Everything else is noise. You just tell your story, the story that you believe in. It's as simple as that. We've been doing it for 35 years. Maybe I put it too simply for people who are starting off and who are now surrounded by this fantastic social media influx in every part of our lives, may have problems dealing with it. The youngsters will have problems. But if you were to take anything from our experience, like he said, he's an introvert. Whatever I know of Salman, I don't think he wants to be in the public eye. Personally, I'm very shy. So we actually are people who would not love to be in the public eye all the time. We deal with it because it's part of a job now. Beyond that, I don't think either of us takes it seriously. We just make sure our work is taken more seriously than that.
He doesn't come out of his house. He doesn't come out of his house. I don't come out of my house.
Yeah.
Only when we have to work, that is when we have to go to shoots. See, I believe, I remember that I must have been about 13, 14. I went to see this film called Enter the Dragon. And when I came out of the theater, I thought I was Bruce Lee. And I got beaten up.
Okay.
But that impact is that I realized one thing is that when you come out of the theater, somebody should want a son like you. A mother should want a son like you. A father should want a son like you. A sister should want a brother like you. A girl should want a husband or a boyfriend like you. And when you come out of the theater, you should go back home at least a 20-25% a better person. And that character is liked. So he's liked by older women that I want a son like this. I want a brother. Now we've come to a stage like, I want a father like him. Very soon we're going to be. We want grandfathers like him, granddad.
But do you feel like you have to be, you cannot necessarily be your authentic self when you have such, when you're put on such a pedestal of people wanting to be like you, wanting to do that, that you don't get to express your weaknesses, because as human beings, we all do have weaknesses as well.
See, success has made more failures than failure itself. You fail, get complacent, you stand up, you start working a lot harder. Success, if this goes to your head, then your old age is going to be really painful. So you should never let success go to your head. It's, I mean, you cannot take the credit. You can take the credit for failure because you've signed the film, you've done the project, but you cannot ever take the credit for success. It belongs to everyone.
And the energy, that's very correct. And I always thought that acting, we're trading energies with people and that people require your energy all the time. So my question would be, when you have such a huge fan base and audiences and people around you all the time, where do you resource yourself and what's your relationship with the fans and how do you maintain healthy boundaries with people so that you're able to have your bad day or able to focus on the scene you want to do without necessarily having to give your attention to everyone around?
I think, Razan, what happens is, when you're asking these questions to the three of us, the answer would be similar. You just have to be true to yourself. And when you become a star, people expect a certain kind of behavior from you, certain kind of, out in the public, that we start to learn. As a matter of fact, stardom of the level that Salman has seen, Amir has seen, I've been fortunate enough to see, actually humbles you. It makes you grateful to all the forces around you. And one of the biggest forces are the audience who's loving you so much. So the humility always becomes, I'm sure for all of us and all the other actors as the years go by, that I'm in the service of the audience. I really need to make sure that they are entertained. Like Salman said, when they walk out, they should feel a better person because they've seen a film. When they walk out, they should aspire to be somebody, or they should identify with the character we are playing. So at the end of it all actors, at least in our context, would be that there is nothing else that we want to think about. As a matter of fact, I think we don't even like to call them fans. These are people who love us. You talk about energies. We just want to share this positivity back with them that they have given to us, not only shared, for the last 35 years. So I think it's a very gratifying feeling. It's a feeling of gratitude. It's a feeling of wanting to serve everybody who comes to watch our films in the best way possible. There's never been a finger lifted, an expression done, a dialogue done, without keeping in mind, are we making sure everybody who comes to watch this film is happy to see or goes back, like Salman said, a better person. So you just have to be honest to yourself and say, I'm in the service of storytelling to this huge gamut, this huge sea of people who love us so much.
Yeah, and how do you recharge yourself with all these things? Like, where do you find your source of inspiration on a daily basis to be able to give everybody else that feeling?
I find it in my children. I find kids very refreshing, very resourceful, and Salman has a lot of children in his family. Amir has kids. I find them great source of energy. I just find their ideas now, I've been fortunate to be first. Let me just say thank you, Joy Forum, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you, Adnan, for having us here. Thank you, Turki Al-Sheikh, for creating this. I'll tell you the reason. Last night we were together. And we got to meet so many people. We met the team from Squid Games, we met Speed, we met Mr. Beast, and this energy that we see of so many other people that we've only experienced on screen, never met personally, really helps us also to think, okay, here is a congregation of people that all of us are come to this platform in Saudi, sharing, wanting to tell people good stories to entertain them. I think that's refreshing for me. When I come to a forum like this, get to meet us in this kind of setting. We meet otherwise at home and have a great time. But this is really nice to come and say, okay, there's so many people wanting to share ideas. You take refreshment from there. You take energy from there. And yes, the more innocence you spend time with, the more energy you get to express in acting.
I find reading really helps me. I love reading since I was a small kid. So that is something that input of characters, ideas, that really inspires me when I read a good book.
And now singing as well.
Now Amir is singing also. He's learning classical singing for the last two years now.
Okay, now these two have decided to start pulling my leg.
Are they? Would you like to?
He'd like to.
क्यों कर रहा है ऐसा?
Please.
नहीं यार.
Please,
They're basically
Irshad,
going to
Irshad,
put
come
you on the
on.
spot now.
So I think basically our families keep us grounded. And we know that till the time we don't give it our blood and sweat, the hardest that we can work, tearing ligaments, breaking bones, I don't think that the audience will, they want to see hard work. They want to see that we're taking our time off, we're taking a whole day off to go and watch a movie. We want to see you at your best. So that is what keeps us going, because they are taking their families, they're going to see somebody who they don't know, but yet we're in their living rooms and their bedrooms, we're on their phones. So we all the time have to give it our best so that their money is well spent when they come and watch our movies. And basically, our families keep us grounded. And we've seen, you know, from nobodies, we were nobodies to such heights of success. And then suddenly, disaster after disaster. So that failure has kept us all balanced, that this is always never going to be there. This is going to go. Now, how are we going to handle this that's the only one thing in our mind, that we should be normal human beings, content, and Allah ka shukr ada karna chahiye, na shukra nahi hona chahiye, that whatever He's given us till whatever time, till whenever, we are grateful for that. And 99.9% of the people don't have even 0.1% of what we have. And it is because of them that we have what we have today. And we all are very grateful to them.
That's such a lovely word. And hearing you all speak about families, it just shows how we have similar values in the Middle East as well. Like, we're very family oriented. So it's very refreshing to see the strong bonds. And what do you think would be the similarities between the Arabic culture and the Indian culture?
Well, whatever, I mean, this is the second time that I'm coming to Saudi Arabia, and it's a beautiful country. I came a few months ago for the Red Sea Festival, and now for this one. I think that the people here are extremely loving, extremely respectful. There's a lot of positivity in everyone here, so that's wonderful to see.
And generosity, I find.
Certainly, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of similarities. I think the emotional key that Indians have is very similar to all of Middle East, and I would say even like I've been to China, and over there I find that the emotional key of Chinese people is very similar to Indians as well. Yeah. So it's not just I think it's the Middle East, India, and even the East has a very similar key in terms of their emotions. That's what I've experienced.
And also the respect that we have, not only for our parents, for our grandparents.
That's true.
For our mothers. And that respect is, I mean, you have it here, the whole Arab world has it, and so do we. That mother is nothing above mother. And no man can ever be happy for a person's success than his own father. So we know these things. We know that they're on our side. And the fact that we will stand up in front of them, we'll bow down in front of them, is because we have that tremendous amount of respect for our people. You have it here, we have it there. And that thing of that we should not hurt our loved ones. So these are things that is common in your culture and our culture.
That's true. And this is what I wanted to ask you next, is that Saudi Arabia is really becoming like a hub, attracting people from all over the world to come do projects here. So in what way do you think you can bridge the gap between Bollywood and actually doing projects in Saudi Arabia? Do you see, what is your vision for that?
I think after having spoken the fact that, we have so many cultural binding things, familial things, we're all God-fearing. I think these are commonalities between us and Saudi. And actually, if you really expand your vision, most of the world believes in these three tenets. And I think what Saudi Arabia, through forums like this and other things that are happening in Saudi Arabia lately, I think is opening up a midpoint for the world from the West to come in, from the East to come in, share ideas, plan things, and to be honest, the openness and the hospitality and the love with which everybody is welcoming here, I think that itself is so, it makes you feel so wanted. You know, you come here once, I've been here a couple of times now, and I've been shooting here for about 15, 20 days. For me, it is, look, I'd love to come back here. You just need an excuse to come again. And inshallah, work also brings us back. Forums like this bring us back. But at an individual level also, I think the fact that Saudi has cultivated this landscape for all kinds of people to come down here, share ideas, nurture goodwill, and basically just be able to create content. When I say content, it's not just for a platform. Just be able to tell stories to each other which make the world happy. The world sometimes is an unhappy place. I think we all come together, congregate in places like this, we share a bit of happiness, and hopefully it'll transcend and go out to the rest of the world. So there is not going to be any problem. I don't know if you're aware or not, but Salman and Sanju have already done a bit part in a film which is being made here, which is fantastic looking. I'm looking forward to it.
We played in small bits. We did a guest appearance in, it's called
and it's so sweet.
Seven Dogs.
Can I just say, in Saudi they call it guest of honor. They don't call it guest appearance.
Salman was there, taking care of us.
So it's you know, it's just opening of this gateway, and I'm sure we'll all be working here. People from Saudi, the talent, the singers, the writers, the poets, filmmakers, cameramen, they'll come down to India and do stuff, and all of us go around and conquest the whole world with our storytelling at the end of it all. And see, I think that's what it means. It's not a difficult thing. If your heart is in the right place, like ours is from India, and Saudis is from Saudi, I think we'll connect and continue telling lovely stories together.
And I think it's going to be a really good thing for the Arab film industry. You know, since Saudi has just opened up, and they're making theaters after theaters after theaters. So for the Arab film industry, because it's a very large Arab community, you know, a lot of people speak the language. Now just imagine you have some 20, 30,000 theaters here. The amount of work that your film industry will get, and most of the times that other industry needs, you know, Arabic actors. So there will be a lot of work and a lot of revenue that is generated. And I think that the Arab film industry could be one of the largest film industries.
I also feel that Saudi Arabia over the last few years is demonstrating with its actions that it wants to be more inclusive. It wants to be part of, you know, larger things. And I think that demonstration with actions is going to pay a lot of, you know, I mean, like Salman was saying, it'll bring a lot of work here. The fact that, you know, Saudi is inviting creative people, not just creative people, I think sports people as well, from all over the world. By their actions, they're indicating that they would like to be much more inclusive. And I think that itself is a very strong statement and a strong step, sure, in the right direction.
So what project would have to land right now in front of you that's a co-production between Bollywood and Saudi Arabia?
So Razan, Salman Bhai is learning Arabic.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I'm learning the dance, and Amir is going to audition for the song right now. Come on. Come on, Amir. Please. Learning. See, they'll keep on, you know, what my problem is, they'll keep asking intellectual questions and we'll run out of answers after that. We're entertainers. We
I'm
need to
almost
entertain
done
people.
with my questions, by the way.
You're sounding too intelligent, Razan. We are getting a call about what else, nice word, big words to use. So we are going to ask Amir to save us with... They're just, he's just been learning. So we all have to be happy that he started learning, and he'll do a little rendition, and the loudest claps have to come. Salman and me are going to clap the loudest when he sings.
So I love singing. I don't know how much other people like my singing, but I enjoy it. So why don't all of us, three of us sing here?
We'll do the backup dancing.
Why don't you join me?
Like we do in Hindi films, Salman and me will just stand behind and we'll do a little dance.
Arey, kya masti kar rahe?
Please. Salman, our step is this, huh?
कौन सा गाना गाऊं?
Step.
Which song should I sing?
Step. Whichever song you want, we'll just
Whichever song you want to sing, Amir. We are your background dancers.
We
ओरे
have a special
ताल मिले नदी के जल में, नदी मिले सागर मिले कौन से जल में, कोई जाने ना।
Hey.
ओरे ताल मिले नदी
Big round of
के
applause,
जल
ladies and
में।
gentlemen. His first public performance of his learning the classical singing. And in Saudi Arabia.
That was great.
Actually, Salman sings really well. I've heard him sing.
Yeah, but only in the studio, and after that, the technician spent about 2 months correcting my voice. So I don't think it's a good idea singing right here now. No, also, Saudi Arabia has given so much of employment to our people. You know, people from the south, people from all over India. So it's like amazing. Everyone, because they pay them well, they take great care of them here. So most of the people, the working class as well as everybody, they get a much better salary here. Their life is much better. There, I mean, their families there are taken care of. So we are really thankful and grateful for all the employment that you have given our people here.
So definitely there are stories to be told since there's such a large presence here of people from India. I guess I'm already writing a script in my mind. So I wonder, what's your dream project that you could think right now, or in a special location or a special genre that you see would fit Saudi Arabia?
See, right now, if you make a Hindi film and just release it here, it'll be a super hit. If you make a Tamil film or a Telugu film or a Malayali film, they will do hundreds of crores of business just in this belt, just in the GCC belt, because so many people from our countries have come here. There are people from Balochistan, there are people from Afghanistan, there are people from Pakistan. Everyone is working here.
That's so nice. Do you have anything to say?
No, I mean, you're asking about a dream project. I think, let me show off a little. It's been too long I've been humble on this platform. Yeah, I've been being too nice, too kind. I have to say, if three of us are in a project, it is a dream itself. So, whenever we do. Absolutely. Hopefully not a nightmare. It will be a dream if the three of us are together. And inshallah, whenever we get an opportunity, a story, we're always sitting, whenever Amir, Salman, myself, we get together. And I look up to these two guys. Genuinely I do, because they've been working in the industry.
He still does.
I still do. Look at me, I'm still looking up to Salman. So I look up to them, honestly, because the kind of ups and downs and the work they've done, starting from scratch and having worked their way up to this, these people are aspirational and inspirational. And somewhere I feel really, really thankful that I have the opportunity to sit on the same forum, same stage, and the same house and chat with them. So if we are able to get together for a film, which we discuss a lot of times, we just need to make sure it does not let anyone down.
So Shahrukh has this one thing, keeps on saying it over and over again, that I want him to say that here. Try and say that here. That nobody can afford us three in a film together. Say it.
Nobody
I don't want
yet.
to say it. I don't want to say it in Saudi, because everybody will get up and say, "Habibi, Habibi, done." No, we joke because the affordability is not just the money. The affordability is the kind of timings we follow for work. We're very hardworking. We do come on time, but we have our own eccentricities. We've been working for too long, so can anyone afford those eccentricities? You know, I'll also tell you, when we are working together, we start laughing and joking so much. I'm sure any director, producer, and writer will, can you start working now, guys? Please, can we stop joking about and all? So I think there's a lot of goodness we three share. There's a lot of goodness we need to tell a story with. And one fine day, the three of us will be in a place where somebody takes on all the eccentricities and says, come on, three of you work together and have a good time, inshallah.
Now, when we three work together, the hero, the star of the project, is not going to be Shahrukh, Amir, or me. It's going to be the script, and the script itself. That's it.
That's nice. But I can see you guys doing comedy together, action together. drama together. Like the world is your oyster. So I feel like today is maybe like a day that's special where something's gonna be born, hopefully.
Amir,
What?
come in.
Are you with us?
Sorry, sorry. I missed that.
He's already zoned out. He's spaced out.
Okay. So what can we do to bring back your attention?
No,
What do you want to talk about?
No,
Sorry, I missed that
he's
last
stuck on the third question.
Okay.
He'll answer you from the third question now. He's understood the third question and he'll come back. He's been thinking very
The
hard.
third question was, why are you also producing as well? I think that was the third question. Do you want to answer that
When can
one?
we all come together?
No, I missed that. What were you asking?
When can we all come together?
Oh, when can we
do a film?
I think emotionally, all three of us are ready to do a film together. It's just a matter of coming across the right script. So hopefully, as Salman said, it'll be the script that's most important for all three of us, I guess. And once it's a good story, which all three of us like, then I think, hopefully, if it's a well-made
the rest
film.
of the things don't matter now.
It's always a story for me. Right from the beginning of my career, it's always been, as a kid, I've always loved listening to stories, as I'm sure you all do as well. So I remember when I was a kid, we used to, harass our cook so that when she would finish cooking, then she would sit in the kitchen and then we would all gather around her. Her name was Naseem B. And she would tell us stories, And I loved listening to stories from childhood. I began reading at a very young age. At the age of 6, I began reading, so I got into stories. And then my father was a producer, so a lot of directors and writers would come to pitch
My
stories.
father used to come?
Yeah, yeah.
My father used to come to your father?
Yeah, yeah. So I've sat in from the age of 6 or 7 years till the age of 16, 17. Almost all the stories that my father heard, I heard. And to begin with, Shah, I used to hide behind the curtain because my father was very hot-tempered, so I was scared that he might get upset with me. So I used to hide behind the curtain. And then he got to know that I'm listening to his stories, so he brought me in front. And I think today when I look back, I realized that was my training ground. I never imagined I would be in the films at that time. But just hearing stories and hearing the analysis of a story from people who are in the field, writers, directors, that taught me a lot as I was growing up. It was like a Gurukul, like we have in India. The Gurukul style of learning is probably what I went through, Also, because of films were being made, my father and uncle were both filmmakers. We've seen films evolve from the story to the prep to the way, 6 reels have been shot, 8 reels have been shot. And we've seen screenings of our films which our parents have made. So that entire process was a big learning, I think, for me during my childhood.
And since my father is a scriptwriter, so we used to do this every day at home.
Yeah. And in fact, Salim Saab and Javed Saab, Salman's father, Salim Saab, the two of them were the most successful writers that India has ever seen. I think they wrote 22 scripts together.
Yes.
Out of which 18 are super hits. I mean, what a track record here. Yeah.
So what advice would you have for the next generation of actors that's coming up now in a very different world?
I think 3 of us will need advice from the young actors because they are so good. Have you seen the young actors that are doing their first film? Amazing. I think the young guys don't need any advice from us. We need advice from them. In their first film,
in fact, if we do give you advice, don't follow.
No, I feel that the younger
generation.
I feel the younger generation is 10 steps ahead of us. I'm certain about that because the quality of work that young actors are doing, actors, actresses, writers, amazing stuff. So I get really inspired to watch young people work. I mean, if you see Lapata Ladies, they're all new actors here. And when I saw the first cut,
they have
I was
this
zapped.
huge advantage over us.
Yeah?
They have this whole advantage over us because when we were growing up, we didn't have CCTV cameras, we didn't have phones with cameras.
Yeah.
These kids are making, they're not camera conscious at all. They're just very free.
They've grown up with cameras around them.
Because they're facing the camera all the time. From their phones to, you walk into a supermarket and you know that the cameras are following you all the time. We didn't have all that stuff. So the first time when we faced the camera and the camera went grrrr, that Harry? We used to get nervous. And because of that, we used to go into a take, another take, another take. That sound used to distract us. But now, today, the equipment is so amazing, and this everywhere is cameras, 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 cameras. So the younger generation, they don't have the fear at all. Like how now Aryan made a web show, Bads of Bollywood. And it's done really, really well. So now his upbringing is the same. But he didn't want to, I had to rather have him in front of the camera and supersede his father. And like I said earlier, Aryan will be the only person he'll be happy with if Aryan supersedes him.
Or if Salman has a son, then I'd like him to be a biggest star ever in the history of mankind. So we are working on that. But I have a little advice for youngsters. Like Salman said, he's very right. All the youngsters are now very video literate. Cameras are on their faces, in their hands, everywhere around. And I think, yes, it has helped Aryan and all the youngsters now who are coming as actors or directors or storytellers, because they're so used to cameras being around. Like Salman said, when we started with that ID2C camera, we used to get scared. The sound, you had to talk over it. There was no sync sound. It was very, very difficult. But I think there are two parts to being a creative person. One is the art, one is the craft. And the craft is now very easily available because of technology. It's in your hands. But within all that, do not let your art go. And what is art? Art has to be the innocence, which Salman Khan has retained over the years. What Amir Khan has retained over the years. Hopefully I can retain over the years. The innocence of just wanting to tell a story in the simplest form, like he heard from his father, like he's heard from my father. I'm sure growing up, I heard from my father and mother. So I think if you are able to keep it simple, don't get carried away by the craft, by the social media, by the peripherals of telling a story, which are very many. Marketing, publicity, wanting to be a star, being in a cover of a magazine. There are lots of noise around. If you're able to take the craft, learn it, but don't let the craft take over the art that you have. And the art is the heart. That's all you have. You have to feel from within.
Wow, the art is the heart.
And let me tell you, we are on a forum where we'll be very honest about it. There are days when we get it wrong. We also know it. It's gone wrong. We couldn't do better than what we wanted to do. We go back home, even now, and sit back and say, hey, I could have done that. Can I ask for one more take? We think that way. And we also feel very sad when all of it goes wrong. But wake up in the morning and feel that we have to get back to what we know best, which is just basic storytelling. And it is very touching to hear that these two wonderful superstars, not only of our country, but of the world, have just grown up and decided to tell stories because their father used to tell them stories. So it's as simple as that. The stories that you hear at home from your family are the ones you want to tell outside, and that simplicity is the art. So please retain that, work hard, bad days, good days, just keep working hard.
Sharukh, have you seen that, kya kiya tha abhi wo Netflix pe, you and Junaid?
Junaid and me. Oh, we did an ad. That ad you're talking about.
Yeah, so he did.
Andaz Apna ka scene humne kiya tha, Junaid and me.
So I called him up. And there was a scene that they recreated of Andaz Apna Apna. And Junaid has done it so well. So well. Yeah. I called him up, I said, Junaid is fantastic in this. So now, being Amir's son, okay, he's grown up. I mean, I used to carry him in my arms, both their children. Now I'm working on my own, but that's besides the point. But fantastic. I called him up and I said, you know what job you guys have done on that. So it was a promotion for your YouTube channel.
That's right.
That it was an amazing, amazing job.
Thank you so much, guys. I think we are nearly out of time. I think I could have spent a lot more time here with you guys, but in a nutshell, is there anything you can summarize in maybe one phrase? What's going to be the future of Bollywood, and what do you envision it with this myriad of cultures coming together?
I think more than talking about Hindi film industry, Bollywood, South Indian film industry, the three of us would like to stand together and thank Saudi for giving us this opportunity.
Let's go.
And thank you, Razan, for looking after us.
Thank you so much, guys.
And let's call it, and let's not call it Bollywood anymore, let's call it the Hindi film industry.
And we'd like to thank the whole of Saudi for having the three of us here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all the love and respect. Thank you.
We've had, the three of us have had more fun being together than you've had listening to us, I'm sure. So God bless you. And inshallah, we'll be here more often and make films together with Saudi, with India, for the rest of the world.